joining me again for another night of Facebook Live. I am your host, Tricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I also want to give recognition to those that catch me on the replay from YouTube and or SoundCloud. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you again tonight. As tonight, we're just going to have a conversation. I'll try not to hold you long at all, guys. I just wanted to come in and just have a conversation. I haven't prepared a topic because I have some ideas that I kind of want to share and try out on this platform. So as you guys are logging on to be here with me tonight, please go ahead and like and share this video. Please go ahead and like and share this video, and if you feel up to it, feel free to just engage with me tonight and have a conversation with me. If you haven't already had an opportunity also to check out my website, you can check out my website at www.triciabraysmith.weebly.com. There you will find books and resources that are available to you, and also any classes or events where I will be speaking or conducting. So I am trying to transition what I do to online and virtual settings, just to give us more options of continuing to do the work that we do, and do it so that people can have access to it. I'm so used to the face-to-face, on-site arena. This is taking some adjustment to learn the technology and how it works, and to learn how it applies to me and what I do. So it's been good. I'm finishing up my first virtual class that I've done, learning how to write and publish a book with Tricia Bray Smith. And I think it's going well. It's not on-site setting like I'm used to, but hey, Diane, how are you, honey? Thank you for being here with me tonight. I'm just having a conversation tonight. I didn't want to bring a new topic in just yet because I'm trying to explore some ideas for some things that I want to try out on this platform. So I was just saying that, I'm so used to teaching on site, and now I'm trying to convert everything over to online so that I can still provide services and stuff for people. So my class, learning how to write and publish a new book, I'm on day 4 tonight, and so tomorrow I'll be finishing up that class, and I hope that some of the students that took that class, I'm hoping that they will either give a video review of how the class went, or a written review so that I can share it with you guys. But overall, I think it's well. Now, I do have a couple conferences that are coming up. One of them, I'll be speaking, and it's a online conference, and one of them is actually a on-site conference, and that's in July, and it's in Idabel. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot more speaking. Looking forward to also making the transition from being face-to-face to the online. All that versatility there, and seeing how it works. There's been some helpful people that have been doing teaching on how this works. So that's been helpful for me. And then as I learn, I like to teach other people what to do. So nevertheless, guys, last night was different. And I appreciate you guys that stuck it out with me to experience that with me, and sharing that. It was, I gave you guys a challenge, and in return, I challenged myself. And so I did something very unrehearsed and very outside the box and out of the norm for me. But it was a good experience, and I felt good about it. And needless to say, today was a good day as well. And one of the students that's taken the learn how to write and publish your book with me. One of the students mentioned uh, that she was glad that I've learned to smile. She was glad that I've learned to smile. So I guess I find myself as I'm learning and growing and recreating myself that I am learning to smile more. I am able to hold a conversation. This sitting in front of the computer having a conversation with you, it doesn't feel as awkward as it did in the beginning. I feel more confident in being here and sitting here, and I look forward to being here and sitting here. And so it just warms my heart that you guys take out the time to be here too as well. So uh, I want to try to do a session to where you're cooking with me. I want to share with you guys some easy, uh, tasty recipes that are affordable and can really feed the family for pennies on the dollar. So I wonder what you guys think about that. If you would be interested in cooking with me and trying out some new recipes with me, and just kind of seeing what that looks like. Now, on the flip side of that, I have to think about how you're going to get the groceries or whatever, or if I'm going to have to sit here and do a demonstration, or or am I going to have to pre-record it and then play the recording for you? I just wonder how that's going to work. So I want to look into that, just sharing some easy recipes that because I know that if you guys are like me, I'm one of those that cook all the time at home, and uh, so I don't eat out, especially with the pandemic and the things that have gone on. So I wanted to kind of share some recipes, but I also wondered uh, if you're interested in learning something new to put a new twist on some foods to keep you from having that desire to go and eat out and just trying something new. So I really don't have much to say tonight. I just had some random thoughts going through my head, and I tried to get my husband to sit here with me tonight, and he's kind of shy of the camera, and most of us are there in the beginning, especially. But I think he was gonna um, sit here until he thought I had to turn the camera on. So, Diane, do you remember when you went on TV with me on the? You remember our first time we did that together, didn't we? The first time we sat in front of the news camera. Oh, that was a good experience too. You say you forgot your words. So yeah, it's all good experience, but we grow in this together. It's all in love, and I look forward to doing more of the virtual things, and I hope that. Would you say yes, Lord? You remember? So it is an experience, isn't it? It is an experience, and so unless you've been here in front of the camera, to know, you never know who's watching. You never know how you're gonna react to it. So my husband, he sat here real brave until he thought I was getting ready to turn that camera on him. He got on up, so it'd be nice to have him get his confidence enough to sit here with me a night or two and just give you guys an opportunity to meet him and say hello and to see what's on his mind. Oh boy, if he anything like we was on our first time, he might forget what he got to say, huh? He may forget what he wanted to say. Oh, but anyways, guys, if you're interested in cooking with me and me giving you a list of things to pick up from the grocery, uh, I'll challenge myself to keep the budget um, under $20, and you can probably get multiple meals for that $20. And I set $20 because when we go out to the drive-throughs and uh, go out to the fast foods, on average, if we go out and grab some fast food, whether it's a family or we picking up meals, we on average, we spend anywhere from $10 to $25. So I thought $20 in the middle, depending on those who have families, because if you're at home cooking, most likely you probably do have a family. So usually those that don't have kids and stuff at home, they're not doing a whole lot of cooking. So if you're interested in that, easy peasy meals, just send me a message, and I want to think about doing something like that. Nevertheless, guys, I have posted a challenge to you for you to help me raise $500 in 5 days. And so this is day 2 of the challenge, and you guys have really shown up in a big way. And I respect whether or not you want to be made known or not. And some have requested that they remain anonymous. And so if you've seen our CWF organization Facebook page, then you know that I have kept you anonymous, but I did want to recognize each of you that have donated and accepted that challenge. There's no set amount for you to donate, but your donations are appreciated, and we couldn't do what we do without you and without your support. And I've had some questions and that come back to me, and I was just kind of surprised. And someone had asked a question to one of my workers whether or not CWF organization was bankrupt. Whether or not we was bankrupt. And CWF is a nonprofit, so no, we're not bankrupt. But if you know anything about nonprofits, you know that nonprofits operate from the sponsorships and pledges and donations of the public. That is just the way we are funded. We don't receive any state or government funding or anything like that. So we can write for grants, and but if you know anything about grants, grants are in high demand, and even when we write for a grant, there is no guarantee that we will be accepted for one. And also, when you are operating on grant funding, there are specific areas in which those fundings can be spent, and we have to give an account for where that money goes and how it goes. And you can't save it and leave it in your account. If you're funded for a certain amount of time for a certain amount of expenses or things that you write for the grant to purchase and stuff, you have to spend that funding on what it is assigned to spend it on. So for you guys that may be asking the question, why am I doing this challenge? I know that it is something different. This is something that I have never done before, and it's okay. I'm okay with it. But it's necessary because with COVID, with the things that are going on, we can't do fundraisers like we usually do in the summertime. So you guys know in the summertime we usually come and sell burgers or dinners or something like that. And I'm just not going to expose my workers, and I'm not going to expose the community at taking any risk like that by preparing no food or anything else for them to, you know, to spread COVID or anything else, or even to be exposed in that manner. So that's out of the question. Other fundraisers that we have, um, things that we have in place, if you support, goes directly to the CWF organization. One of those are my books. Anytime you purchase a book and that funding comes in, I use that to help support my organization. And another thing is our t-shirts, our clothing store. I use the funding for that. So there's a number of things, and where we will have a steady uh, stream of passive income coming in. But anytime you're providing services and stuff for people, there's expenses that add up, and you just have to keep the money coming in. You cannot wait till your well runs completely dry and until you decide you have to get up and do something. So that is why I post a challenge. You're not required in any way to accept that challenge, but for those of you that have accepted the challenge and have donated, we do appreciate the funding, and you're supporting a great cause. And either way, we're going to continue to provide services for our community. We're one that has not stopped. You know, even when the schools were out during the school year, I finished up the school year with our kids. You know, I finished up the school year with our kids, and I had them right here in my home, spread out throughout my home. I brought all the laptops and things like that here, and I continue to serve our kids because they need it. It is necessary for our kids to continue to learn because they already struggle. And anytime you live in a high poverty area, in an area where illiteracy uh, uh, is high, and there's a family cycle of people that cannot read and write, you know, you have to keep these kids going. You have to keep them learning, because they're not going to get it sitting at home. I mean, it's just not part of the family culture. So I have our babies 16 hours a week all summer. So from now until July 24th, I believe, will be the last day we serve them. We're going to continue to provide those services. So any help that you give helps us support that effort, and so you become a part of that. And so that's why I like to recognize you on our social media page. And not only that, I do also post it on the website, post pictures of our donors on the website, not the amount you give, but just pictures, just in recognition of you, just to say thank you. And so you guys are awesome. I couldn't do what I do without you, and I certainly couldn't do it without my wonderful staff. I have a wonderful staff that dedicates their time and efforts to be with me, and how they put up with me, I don't know, but they do, and I'm just excited. And I'll be glad when my AARP workers come back. I'm ready for them to return too, and so I'm hoping that soon things will continue to open up and get back to some normal. But nevertheless, we keep doing what we do. Guys, I appreciate you guys sitting here having a conversation with me tonight. It's been real. I am your host, Antricia Brace Smith. And if you accept the challenge, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Nevertheless, I love you guys, and good night.